All right. So here we are again. Welcome back. So what we're gonna do in this one is, first of all, we got some stuff we wanted to get out of the way for you. Tom, I think you mentioned before you wanted to go over the Cal
Yes,
integration real quick.
we
Okay.
miss. Yeah, we're gonna get in the post call notes here shortly, but the cow. So go ahead and go to into settings real quick. The integration settings.
Setting integrations.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
And
then
then
see the little I there next to cal.com API. If
mm,
you click that, it should pop up a video that you can watch to go ahead and help you sync up cal.com's calendar. If you're curious to why we're not using it, you can go and refer back to our last video we did. If you're on our YouTube channel, you'll see the order that it's in, and you can take a look at that, and we go over why we didn't use it. But let's jump into the post call notes. Specifically, we're going to look and show you where to access that inside the AIR's user interface, and then we're going to show you very basic stuff on how to get that into a go high level. We don't want to go too much into that because that would probably be about a pretty long video, and that's for a different type of video in itself. So, anyways, let's jump into Paulo. So I'm showing
yeah.
where we
So real
can
quick,
access these post call
if
notes.
you're following, I just went to one of our air agents, and so this is the first part where you can actually go in here and edit the notes and see what the prompt is for the notes. So this right here, general context, background, it's so you don't have to change much of this, but the only way you do here, say you needed to get some information, you could ask it a question, and I would follow the same format of like this, and say I wanted to ask it if you were, and this would be per your industry, if you wanted to get specific information and ask it specific stuff, like, hey, tell me about their
Yeah,
rental insurance or something like that, or whatever. If they have rental insurance,
yeah,
tell me their
couple
home
examples.
situation,
Yeah,
right?
I can give you a couple examples, like a
Yeah,
marketing company. Ask them, hey, do they have a Google business page? Do they have,
right.
are they running ads now? Who are they running ads with? How many ads are they purchasing? How many leads? I mean, if that's a marketing company, if you're like an insurance company, you may want to collect, hey, what's your date of birth? Are you a smoker or a non-smoker, male,
Mhm.
female? Things to, price out a quote for them. So that way, when the data goes over to the agent, they can price it out. Like when in terms of real estate. I know realtors have a very specific notes that they need from that book to call when they're using what do they call them? Like junior realtors? Like I can't remember exactly, but they have usually realtors hire they outsource people to make phone calls out to potential listing buyers and sellers,
Mhm.
and there's very specific detailed information the realtor's looking for. That's where you would put it here. If you need to get very precise and specific on what details you're looking for from that call that was booked, you want to put them right here. So
Right. So, in essence, if you're not liking how your notes are coming through, go here, modify this. Don't go kind of crazy with it or whatever,
well,
because
you
you want to stick
can
to this. Well,
you
I'm
can
saying this. From the perspective of this time, I want them to be able to understand how to actually do this. So one thing is, this is the first time you're ever seeing this, and you're like, how the heck do I edit this? What you don't do is you don't edit this part. You edit these things here. So you would literally go in here
but you
and
can add
copy,
to it. You can copy a whole
correct.
thing and add.
And so
Like if you
you
like
would
everything
copy
that's
paste it,
there, you can just
right?
add more toward the bottom there.
Yeah, you can delete that, but like say you wanted to add to your point, like a realtor or something like that, you would do that. All right, big girls, I gotta do this right now, okay? So this here, um, is where you go in and you just change this sentence here or something like that. You get what I'm saying? And
Yes.
then you blah 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 put in whatever you want the air agent to actually tell you about. So tell me about, again, their whatever those examples you gave, right?
Right.
And but the important part is this here. You want it to give an example of the pattern that you want of the information. So that's why it says note, note, etc. So it's gonna note, 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 and it's gonna bullet point for you. Okay. And so, with having said that, we have some calls that we did previously, if you've been following us, and we'll take a look at how those notes come through in further detail. It's under recordings, so to navigate to it, and we'll go to a longer call that we
Probably
had
the first
here.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll go in here and read this. And as you can see, those areas where it says no, 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 it does that. But as you can see, it's followed a pattern, and now that has 4 bullet points. Do you get what I'm saying now, Tom?
Yes. Mhm.
Instead of the 3, because it said note, note, etc. That's the part I don't want them to change, because then it'll screw them up and they won't be getting like those bullet points kind of how they want it. And that's the part I'm like, I don't go crazy like changing the formatting.
Right, right. You
And
don't have to
so,
change, like, you can copy a format and add to the end of that,
correct.
and then just change the verbiage around, the phrasing around of that sentence of the precise data you're looking for. If you like everything that's there and you just want to
Right.
add to it, you just copy the format of one of them, put it at the bottom, and then just change the phrasing of that sentence of the data you're looking for.
Absolutely. Yeah, so I mean, this is how like the data is going to come through. So it says right there, this is the prospect's name. Air does it really nice. So this is very, usable information. You know, it lets you know. So if you're kind of waiting or you have a book call and you need to know some information about it, this is extremely helpful. And they make it super easy to edit and make those changes in their user interface here in their back office. Did you want to add anything more to that, Tom, from that perspective?
No, I mean, that's,
Okay,
we showed them how to access it, what it looks like.
right.
I think what we want to add to this is to put it in perspective, if you've got, like, say, a team of 5 or 10 or 100, you can have your entire team in here, and if they've got appointments, sales appointments that they're coming up on, they can simply just go right into the recordings. And real quick, get out of this real quick, Paul.
Okay,
And at the top, they'll see everybody's recordings there, so you can't really hide certain recordings from certain people. So that's the downside here. So everyone's gonna have access to all the recordings. But anyways, if they're looking for something more specific, if you got the same name, you can search by phone number, you can search by name, but we have the same phone number there. So if you search by name, go ahead and type in Sam, so you can see only the one should pop up. So there you go. So if you're looking for a particular client, probably best to look by phone number, because every phone number is unique, whereas you may end up having the same name on some of these. But this is how you would have them come on in here and easily search the post call notes from that booked appointment call that was booked for your sales agent there. So that's basically all I wanted to go over there on how they can easily come here and access all the post call notes, and that'll probably be the most cost effective way of doing it. Um, um, and the reason why I say the most cost effective way, because there are costs to basically push the data out of air into a CRM like Go High Level. So
yeah. And with that too, that is something that can be done. We're showing you what happens inside of the user interface with Air. I can actually show you a little bit more um, third-party example of actually taking this information, the same note information, and bringing it into another source like a CRM. I'll show that in a half a second. But first, right here, this transcript thing, I just want to take note of this is the transcript, and this is what the agent said, and this is what the human said. So it gives you a play-by-play, obviously verbatim of what the conversation was. Um, so that's good. So this is where you find that information. So if you wanted this information, and this is more advanced and actually connecting with your CRM, but we actually use GHL, and this is just an example. I already just mocked one up real quick. Uh, Here, this trigger here, and if you're familiar at all with making workflows in GHL, you would have an inbound trigger here that you would set up. Once you set this up, it would actually push, well, Air would push the data into here. And once it's there, you have to have some type of sequence of what you want to do with that information. Because essentially, right time it'll be in like kind of a limbo state where it's like the information is integrated here now, but now it's like, what do you want us to do with the information now? So what that means is, where do you want this information to display inside of GHL? And that's what this is about. You have to create a contact, get the contact, first name, right? So we know which contact it is that we're updating. Just imagine this as I didn't actually connect and integrate it. That's for, a different video, not even a video. I mean, that's why we have the group sessions, right, Tom?
Right, exactly. So if you, yeah, you can go to our link tree and there's a group session that you can schedule for Wednesday night group session, and that's when
Yeah.
you want to utilize that time to jump on, and we can actually go into it with you and show you the detail on how to set everything up precisely for your organization. Because the reason why we do that way, because every organization has particular types of needs for their particular organization. So that could kind of go. I mean, if we put these together for our organization, it's gonna probably be like an hour-long video, and that's just too long. But you want to go basically schedule that Q&A, and we'll be able to go over if you got a Go High Level account already. We can certainly walk you through it how to actually put together the actual the detailed notes for your particular organization that's coming in from air. So.
Yeah, I mean, in this just to get a sense of things too, Tom. I mean, we can make this even more complex where we can actually have, you know, Chat GPT within here. Uh, let's see. Do we can actually do a prompt even in here to even narrow this down or be more specific within it. We actually have to do this even to get our notes essentially, but that's not for this video. That's not the scope of this video or anything. I guess if you guys really wanted us to make a video like that or something like that, we can go over a basic model of it, but it's going to be hyper tailored for your organization. Obviously, there's some basically how your operations want to run and everything. That's why it's very much made for a one-on-one to see what you want to do with it. Because if you start getting around here playing with this could take you a long time to develop just this one trigger. Would
Yeah.
you agree, Tom?
Yeah, and just to put some a conceptual idea in place to give you an idea, I'll give you two examples on two different industries, like roofing, for example. If you got a roofing appointment that's being set and you got the client, you're asking for their square footage, you can actually get those notes placed inside Go High Level, but then you can actually add some more where you're pushing that information out of Go High Level into, let's say, a Google Doc, or if you have a direct connection from Go High Level to your quoting system that you use for roofing quotes. Either you're getting it from Go High Level or you're getting it from the Google Doc that you pushed it to, and then you can already have, let's say, you can almost automate it everything where you can have a quote already pre-adjusted, ready to rock and roll for your sales agent that's going out there. Because you have all these workflows kind of basically almost automating everything for and then for your sales agents, for your staffing, and then for another aspect that, if you're in the insurance industry, there's different things, date of birth, male or female, smoker or non-smoker, that's going to have a determination. So if you have that data coming in here and then move that data into a CRM that does all your pricing, you can move that over into your pricing, and you can see what a whole life would cost them, a term, etc. And you can have all that ready to go. If if your organization is that you know want something like that, that's basically some of the capabilities you can have with this system, to where you 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 can literally make it that efficient to where when your guys are jumping on to these sales appointments, their quotes could be the proposal for that client could be sitting there right there because of all the data that was collected from that call there. So.
That's right. And so they could be jumping in extremely prepared. They know kind of the disposition of the prospect already, kind of some key points. You know, Air's agent already highlighted some things that we can actually go over the call. So like it's going to elevate the quality of those calls for you. And not only are you going to have access to those great leads and everything, because it's going to be very consistent, but then you have all that data too. And data's king when it comes to, you know, building rapport and stuff with your prospects and then closing those deals.
Right.
That's everything.
And I just want to put into perspective. This is artificial intelligence making phone calls. Every phone call, every person that gets on the phone with your air agent, the leads that you purchased, the leads that you've generated, the referrals that you've generated, that's time, that's money. They're going to treat that call the same no matter how the day is going. The human element. I've sat there and made phone calls and not a single person answers for 3 hours. I'll be honest. I'm drained just by sitting there and waiting for someone to pick the phone up. I don't sound the same I did 3 hours ago. So you don't get that with this. It's the same thing over and over and over. And then once you find a script that's just bombing and killing it for you, and you got these awesome notes, you're gonna scale like crazy because
Oh
it's
yeah,
gonna be the same over and over and over, and you're not have to worry about that human element there. Your sales reps are and you think about it's you think about the turnover you have for sales reps. This is gonna help you retain them because man, I'm getting the best freaking prospects coming across. And it's going to help you recruit because when you're showing like you get a top person coming from a different organization, check this out. This is what we can do. You can easily recruit really good talent this way too because when you make a sales rep, being a sales rep in general, when you make it easy for them, it's just easy to recruit them, easy to retain them. You keep the best talent in the house basically, and then not necessarily the best talent, but you can even this could even possibly elevate the person that's at the bottom to basically be at the top with those guys. So how awesome would that be if everybody is at the top, right, and doing the same amount of volume, right? That's where
yeah,
you want it to
yeah.
be.
No,
So
that's ideal, and that's one of these things like this can do inside of an organization. It's kind of the sky's the limit, and we're just scratching the surface of what this can do. I mean, this can do a lot of things, and that's why it's really made for a one-on-one. Just talk about how we want things to be set up for you, and right here, just going back into this here, Tom, where this information is going, what I mean just to visualize it is if we go to like contacts, this is your note section here. This is where this workflow is currently set up to drop these notes into here. But if you know anything about a GHL or anything like that, you can create custom values and such, and all that information, you can create a proposal thing and create a lot of things in here where you can pull this information and dump it into these extra fields that you would create on the side here. You can do a lot of things with this. And that's why it's like that's past the scope of what we're talking about. But as you recall, like before, this was the lead that came in, that booked an appointment that we made on one of our previous videos, and this is the appointment details in it. So just to get familiar with this, this is where we would actually we'd want the notes here, but say you didn't want the notes there and you wanted them over here in a custom value, you can create a custom value over here within GHL, and you can actually say you make a whole new section over here saying something like opt-in notes booked appointment for that particular appointment. And say your organization has several different appointments and you actually want to have those notes specifically for those appointments. You can just put them all in here, but that wouldn't, I don't know, organizationally, if that's what you want to do. It's really extremely customizable from that standpoint. Uh, of the appointment details here, it's in here, so this is why we recommend using GHL because it makes a lot of these outreach campaigns that you do very, very valuable and easy to do and implement and actionable. And it's amazing that Air actually integrates. This is like one of the number one requests that people wanted was to actually integrate with Air. And I know Air is continuing to develop their software and their product even further. So what's great about it is you guys get to look at this as as the worst it's ever going to be because it only gets better from here.
right.
And like some of the developments that they're doing, I mean, it's great. If you look at videos past that even Air puts on, you're gonna see their videos are dated. Their interface doesn't even look like that anymore because first of all, they listen to like us, the users, on what we want to come out, and they prioritize that to the point where the post call notes thing wasn't even a thing before. The only way to do it was through here. They didn't even have a section in their user interface for post call notes. Now they have it. That doesn't make this obsolete. This actually just enhances this because there's only so much you can do within the user interface with Air because it's not easy. It can integrate, but we're talking off call actions, right? Not on the call. Your Air agent is going to be able to do stuff when the call is triggered and it starts going through, the script and everything. But we're talking your overall organization of how it fits and how you can customize it. That's why we recommend this. This is why we say forget Cal. Cal is a system where you only
It's just a calendar.
have a calendar.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, that's cool.
And
Yeah, I
it
got a
and
calendar.
yeah, it's just a calendar, and it only works probably 80-90% of the time too. That's another issue.
Right.
But yeah, so basically where I want to get to, guys, so
Hmm.
since every organization is different, the best thing to do is jump onto an actual Q&A session. Currently right now we are actually scheduled for Wednesday nights. You have to go ahead and go onto our link below. Now Paul, if you don't mind, I'd like to share my screen real quick
Yeah,
just so
yeah,
I can kind of
absolutely.
show them what that looks like.
Go ahead.
So okay, so let's see. Let me move this stuff out of the way. Where did I actually put it? I can't remember now. Okay, right here. Okay. So when you go into our link tree here, this is what you get. You can check out our site. This is where the group session Q&A is. So if you click here, it's going to open up this calendar. Okay. Let's give it a second. And then you can see we do them all Wednesday nights. So we're just doing 20 seats max. So we don't want too many people in there. So right now we've got it for 8 p.m. So you can jump in there. Paul and I will be in there, answer all your questions, get really very specific to your organization, and really try to help you out through that. And this is free, right? This is free. So you can jump
Right.
in there. Now, if you do want if you want a completely done for you system to where we can go ahead and actually utilize the system and actually book appointments for your organization, we can set that up and do it all for you as well. That's no problem. Just schedule a demo for that here. And then if you are that do it yourself enthusiast, this is where you would go to go ahead and sign up for a free air account. And with that, you get priority bandwidth. And then if you don't have a Go High Level account, this is where you would go to go ahead and sign up for a Go High Level account. And then basically our YouTube channel and our TikTok channel. So that's basically what you would do to go ahead and schedule that group session there. Is basically what I want to go over.
Oh no, thanks for going over that, Tom. No, that makes sense. And so that really can, I think we can conclude this video here. Just a good ending point for us for the next one. Um, the next thing we kind of want to do going forward, Tom, what would be a good video next? I mean, honestly, comment and give us a suggestion of the video you want to see next after you guys kind of explored it and everything. I think one of the things we've already set up the calendar, so we have that integrated. We have the what's it called? The post call notes. We went over that system. And one of the next things you might want to do is some actions, and we can kind of go over that, and maybe that'll be the next video that we do, Tom. What do you say?
Yeah, like what kind of actions we've already done the in call, done the live transfer, so you're actually talking about actually sending like a payment link action.
Yeah, just to see
Okay.
what that would look like.
Sure.
Now we'll just go over that, just an idea conceptually of that, and I think that'll be a good video for you guys to kind of see what this thing is capable of and get your creative juices flowing, because this technology is only going to be useful with the more creative way that you use it. But I really wholeheartedly suggest you start off real basic with it, integrating it into your business slowly but surely, and then ramping up the complexity of it. So it's going to take a little bit just to get things set up. Start simple, start with something simple like booking appointments or something like that. And that's not simple in and of itself anyway, but that's a good starting point for it. And then start getting into those, more advanced things that you want it to do. But honestly, the sky's the limit, like Tom was talking about the proposals and all that sort of stuff, getting into more advanced scripting techniques and all that sort of stuff like that. There's plenty of things to do. So I know I really invite you guys to join us on our group sessions. They're really great, and you get one-on-one time with us. So I mean, it's great. We sit there and we're basically on there almost as long as we have questions. We really we enjoy it. So it's
Right.
good. All
All right,
right,
guys.
cool. So until the next one, guys. We'll see ya.
Later.